and welcome to Season 3, Episode 1. Woo! We're back again.
Yeah, we took our 1 week break and we're super excited to launch this season. We have a lot of really fun stuff planned. We have some special guests. Do you want to go on that a little bit?
Yeah, so next week we have Jack Trent.
Yeah, he's going to talk about filmmaking and some of the stuff that he does and that he's really good at.
Oh no, that's third week, my bad. No, next week we have James, who's going to be talking about business.
He's going to be talking about business and some other stuff. That'll be a really fun episode.
And then we have Jack.
Yeah, both of them were like, you're pretty good friends with both of them.
Oh yeah.
And we know it will be really interesting episodes, bringing some more diverse content to you guys about different things.
So what we do.
Yep, you guys will learn a little bit, have a comedy of course.
And then fourth episode, we will be doing a kind of themed episode where we're going to be introducing some new stuff to YouTube as well, you know, for screen worthiness. Oh God, my wording. And basically so that's what we have to look forward to.
Yeah, so the last episode is going to be a Halloween special. Just get really excited for that.
Yeah. Yep. And so we'll start with announcements. It's, that time of year again, October. Not only is it Spooktober. Spooktober. Oh.
Thank you, Jack.
The noises of Spooktober.
Spooktober.
And also it's Breast Cancer Awareness Month. No jokes attached. And that's announcement number 1.
And then over the break we were working on merch and we actually hired a graphic designer to help us with our new logo, which we'll post it on Instagram as soon as we
once we get that rolling, we'll be pumping out through merch and other things on the social media accounts.
And on the website, you'll see it.
Yeah.
And then we're going to be moving the podcast onto Spotify as well.
From Podbean to Anchor.
So whatever you're listening to it on now will also be available, but we will also bring Spotify on just to have it easier for you guys. So you won't see any interruptions. There'll just be one more platform for you guys.
Mm-hmm. And that's it for this week. So, tune in every week for announcements. And, we look forward to see you next time. And stay with us now so we can continue to go.
So ready for Florida Flash News.
Go.
Okay, so what's our first one for this week, Scott? You need to start
the time.
Yeah, of course.
You're getting ahead of yourself.
I was getting excited to
2:22 starts now. Boom.
So our first one for this week is, what is it?
It's Taco ID.
So this guy his car catches on fire, and then
he calls the police.
He calls the police and they ask for his ID, but he just has a taco, and he tries to use the taco as the ID.
Honestly, I can understand. Every taco is different. It's like snowflakes. Okay?
Exactly.
When you give a man a taco, it's his taco, and it represents him. And I can totally understand. Like, if I had a taco, I'd be like looking between my taco and ID, taco.
As a police officer, getting a taco versus an ID, I feel like you'd be more excited for that and make the overall experience better.
Yeah. So, especially the flavor?
That's of course. And I think it said it was from Taco Bell as well.
Yeah, that's a
pretty good
big
stuff.
plus. And they have the new chalupa.
Oh yeah?
That annoying ad I continue to see over and over again.
What would you give that one out of 22?
14.
Yeah, I give it a 13.
Yeah, because I don't know what flavor the taco is. So
if we knew what flavor it was or what item from Taco Bell it was, they'd probably give it a few more points, but just to be safe, I'm going to give it a 13.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the police report didn't really specify about that, which I think they should, just for everyone's clarification. Next one is Florida man invents edible six-pack ring to feed animals instead of killing them. And Megamind quote, "Well, maybe I don't want to be the bad guy anymore."
I think this is awesome. The Florida man is giving back to the community. He's helping out everybody. And he kind of has the mentality of the Visco girls that we were talking about last week.
We were talking about it. They're teamed up. Okay, Visco girls are like, Florida man, you do a lot of awesome stuff, okay? Can you make edible straws? And they're like, no, we can't do that.
But we can make edible six-pack rings.
Yes.
Yeah, I think that's awesome. They're giving back to the community, helping everybody. Yeah. And it has Megamind in it, which gives it an extra 5 points.
Megamind is all-powerful, okay? He has a big brain.
So I'm going to give this one an 18 just because it has the 5-point Megamind bonus.
Yeah, I give it a 19. Yeah. I mean, it's not perfect, but it'll do.
The Megamind bonus brought it up a lot.
Oh, by 5 points.
Definitely.
At least. And, let's right to our last one. Squirrel attack. So this guy was taking a selfie with a squirrel, which is a great idea from the start, okay?
Yeah, I think it'd be good Instagram content.
Yeah, but then, aggressive squirrels, and it didn't end well for this guy.
On that one.
Yeah. Oh. Sorry.
So we won't know how that one turns out. Tune in next week to hear the end of that.
Yeah. And that's the end of Florida Flash News.
And right on to Q&A. And
Boom.
like always, if you want to be featured in the Q&A segment, comment on our Instagram post. We always post the day before or 2 days before with whatever the topic is. Just make sure you comment if you want to be in the episode. It's a really fun way to be interactive. If you're not, because we can't bring everybody on as a special guest, but we can read a lot of Instagram comments.
Yeah. I mean, don't think of it as what we can do for you. Think of it as what you can do for us. Wait. Yes, that's exactly what I meant. But like what I mean by that really is like, if the more you guys are involved with the community, or not the, you know what I'm trying to say?
That. The more involved you guys are with a show, it could be better for everybody.
Yeah.
Because you can give like a joke and it can make a few other people laugh, and it's a great way to be interactive and make the show better.
Exactly.
So what's our first one for this week?
Our first one is...
for our topic for this week is embarrassing moments. So we have a few people who commented some embarrassing moments on the Instagram post.
Yeah, so first one is falling up the escalator. I think you can tell that one pretty well since you were there and let me fall. Nick, what could you get to say about that?
So I actually wasn't there when Captain Scott was there. And I think you have a little bit to say.
Well, I wasn't the one who fell, okay?
You saw the person who fell.
Yeah, okay, that doesn't mean I pushed them or anything. So basically what happened is me and this person were going down the escalator, and then our friend appeared above the escalator. And
they
so
just appeared.
Me, who's super athletic, went up the escalator because, that's just an absolute boss move. It's like people going up regular escalator or stairs or going up
on that trip, I did go up the escalator as well, and they're pretty fast. You have to be running.
Oh yeah, it's definitely a workout. And the other person with me just wasn't up to the test, and as they were following me, tripped and fell.
On an escalator.
Yeah.
It's not like a stair. It's a little bit fancier than the stairs, and you just keep falling.
And so, like that part where like it creases,
kind of levels off at the top.
Yeah, where it starts to become a step. They tripped on that. So they tripped on that, and then they just continued like. So as he was going back, they just continued to fall forward on that, and then eventually fall through. And this guy was running over, and just like his face was just shocked, and it was amazing. I couldn't stop laughing, but it was totally worth it. I'm glad I didn't help.
Glad you can be so helpful to this person.
Yeah, by not helping. This is bad, but I don't care who knows. Oh, this is the next one, by the way.
Yeah, this is the next one. We finished the first one yet.
I don't care who knows. When I was younger, like 16, 17. I would sleepwalk everywhere, and one time my dad caught me about to pee in the refrigerator. He still holds it to me to this day. Oh wait, that's 6 to 7. Dang it.
Oh dang, I was gonna be like,
kind of relating to that one.
So was I. I was gonna be like, we're not the only ones.
Yeah, oof. Yeah, I can see this happening.
Yeah, that's really funny.
As a little kid, I can see like my imagination going like, what if I made icicles? I don't have anything on me right now.
As a little kid, like, sleepwalking, I feel like is more common. You just kind of like lose track of what's happening.
Yeah.
I think that's funny.
No, I feel like this person's just covering up. I was sleepwalking.
No, it's
Is that glowing thing a toilet?
Okay, what's our last comment?
Yeah, last comment for the Q&A this time. I was giving a presentation in class. When I finished, the kid sitting in front of me rose his hand to ask a question. And I high-fived him. Didn't occur to me he had a question until like a year later. How does that even happen?
It's really funny.
Yeah, like you give him a high five. First of all, the guy must have looked to you weird.
He's just like,
and like you just sort of like, you were like, oh, I guess he doesn't like high fives. But then a year later, you're sitting there in your room and going, whoa, it was a question.
It's like she was in like the same class, like another class in the next year of school with the same kid.
And someone else raised their hand.
No, the same kid raises his hand and she just slaps his hand again. And he's like, what
and
the hell?
Backhands
This
her.
is the second time you slapped my hand. This is unacceptable. And she's like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry.
Yeah, I think you're just trying to cover up for this person.
Yeah.
And that's all that is for this week. We'd like more, but embarrassing stories are hard to share.
Yeah, thanks for the people who commented for being brave and sharing their most embarrassing moments.
It takes real guts to do that. So to anyone who didn't share,
you can comment next time.
Next time, you can make up for it next time.
Yeah.
So we're gonna move right into our regular topics. So before we jump into our examples, we kind of wrote up a list of the most embarrassing moments that everyone can relate to. We're going to give examples from our personal lives, of kind of specific ones. So we kind of went over this like towards First of all, stop. Go back to track episode. You'll know what we're talking about.
Yeah, so if our second episode of the show, we talked about in detail 2 track and field injuries Scott and I had. That was a really good episode if you want all the details, but you can go into that like briefly if you want.
That was pretty embarrassing. I mean, I still don't hear the end of it. Like people like see me who like only know about like me running into the pool and they'll be like, "How's your head?"
Yeah.
And I'm like, "Still attached, thanks."
And for mine, I hurt my foot pretty bad when I stabbed a stake through it.
Yeah, but no one like remembers that.
You know, people on the track team still make fun of me.
Oh, yeah,
Actually, one of my friends made a meme where they took a picture of the stake and they had like name a more dynamic duo all weight. And I got sent memes about it. So like, yeah, people still talk about that.
People are mean.
Yeah,
nah, they're cool.
And,
I mean, I would do the same.
Yeah, I laughed when I saw the meme. It was really funny.
Yeah, so that's a good example to start off. Our first one is
So we
calling
got
the
these.
teacher.
These are just some like generic ones that you can relate to that we've done that I'm sure you've done as well. So we're just going
I
to
said that already.
Yeah.
Fist bump. Boom.
Clap.
No, it was a fist bump, not a clap. No, that's
No
later.
high
Nick.
fives.
That's later.
No high fives. I was raising my hand to ask a question.
You know what? We're just gonna jump right ahead. Missed high fives or messed up. Okay.
Yeah.
That was a good lead.
It's a good transition. That's
what we meant to do. We were transitioning to awkwardness.
Exactly. So as a guy, or girls have it too, but more for guys. Everybody has their own handshake, the different variation on it. If you do like the normal handshake,
yeah, you got the
traditional handshake, or you do the handshake with a clinch, or you go for the fist bump. There's a bunch of different stuff in the normal high five. And if you get it wrong, it's like the death of that interaction.
Honestly, it's like the worst version of rock, paper, scissors, shoe.
Yeah, it's
shoot. I say shoot. That was so embarrassing.
Yeah, so the whole rest of that conversation you're having is just ruined.
How high did the volume spike?
Hey, thanks, Jack.
Yep. Sorry, anyone who has volume.
Yes, anybody who's listening in the car or headphones.
Golly.
Yeah. Anyway, so if you mess up a handshake, it's super awkward, and guys, they all have their different handshake, and if you mess it up, that whole conversation is just ruined.
Yeah. Next one, we'll just work backwards from there. Assuming gender. Oof.
I feel like if you like call somewhere a different business and the audio quality is not great,
it's like
and you mistake it, and then they get super offended. It's like the most awkward thing.
It's like one of those unwritten laws, just like no assuming or else you die.
Yeah, because if somebody's like, oh, your total will be 1094, and you're like, okay, thank you, have a nice day, ma'am, and she's like, what?
No,
he would be like, excuse me, and then all of a sudden his voice.
I hate being called female, even though.
And all of a sudden his voice drops like 8 octaves, like, excuse me.
Yeah, that's exactly what happens if you like mistake someone for the opposite gender. They're like lower their voice if they're a guy, or like if they're a girl, they're like raise their voice.
Yeah.
Because they're screaming at you.
Yeah. So the next embarrassing moment, I think Scott.
TikTok.
So Scott made this gem of a TikTok.
It's forbidden. It's illegal. No,
it's a cursed TikTok.
It's on the black market if anyone wants to go looking for it.
And some people still have it.
Yeah, it's only on the black market though.
Jack has
We're
it.
not going to talk about it anymore.
Because the funny thing on TikTok, you can save videos extremely easily.
No, they screen recorded it.
You can do that too.
Well, if I deleted it.
Yeah.
Like 2 days after, but somehow I still got out. So, oh, that was very amazing. Oh, whatever.
Yeah.
I
Anyways,
own up to it. I fall on my own sword.
I made a TikTok with a good friend Angelo and Lacey. So
yeah, that's a good one. But I feel like now that I've scarred myself with TikTok, I can never make another TikTok. It's like if I make another TikTok,
unless
it'll just be bad.
I have an idea.
What?
SNL.
No.
TikTok.
No. Okay. I'm gonna make a business deal with y'all right now. Okay. Business deal. Okay. If we get 50 subscribers on YouTube or 80 likes on
this video,
we will make a TikTok
and it'll regularly
every Wednesday.
Whenever we record, we will release a TikTok.
Yes. That's a deal. We'll keep it. Live it up to us. If we get it, then send us that we got it. Okay.
Or we'll probably check it too.
We'll probably check it too.
DM us on Instagram. Make it happen. We would love to do it, but you have to hold up your side of the deal.
I would not love to do it, but I'm gonna give the people a chance.
I think it'd be fun. I mean, Scott already has a reputation on TikTok.
Yeah, I'm sure that would be the motivator for people wanting me to come back. Next one is awkward laugh. So like when someone says a joke and you don't get it, you don't hear it, or like you don't even hear the other person. It's not even a joke.
You don't understand the joke.
It's awkward laugh. You just slap it right on there.
It's
like a hit or miss kind of thing,
If you do it wrong, if like somebody shows you something and you only want to read it, you look at it and you just do like the fake laugh. they're like, it wasn't funny, and you're just like, oh, I'm sorry.
Ha 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 ha. Or like if you don't hear someone and you're like, ha ha, yes.
And they're like, yes or no, and you're like,
ha
ha ha
ha ha ha ha.
Okay.
Next one is BO. That stinks.
Yeah.
And you like forget to put deodorant on.
Dude. Yeah, so that one's especially bad in Florida because everything is so hot here.
Yeah. I mean, like, anytime you go anywhere and forgot to put deodorant on, like, immediately before you leave, it's just, like, a killer.
I feel like that's, like, all you can focus on for the rest of the day, and you just feel super embarrassed.
Or even if someone else smells, and it's not even you, but you check yourself, anyone who sees you checking yourself thinks that you have BO.
Yeah.
So that is bad.
Also bad is if you got, like, sweat stains. That's awful. There's no recovery from that.
No. If you see someone has sweat stains, you want to get away from them as soon as possible.
Yeah,
like, if you're standing next to them, you move away. Or if, like, they go for a hug, you run in the opposite direction. Next one is tripping.
Yeah, we talked about that a little bit earlier, but it's just always embarrassing, especially if people see you.
Yeah, or like if I'm walking down the hall, like, you know, looking very confident, like I trip myself up and like catch myself and I'll like look around. I'll be like, yeah, I own that trip.
I remember sophomore year, I was walking from like the lunch table up to get some food, and there's like some water on the floor, and I slipped and I fell, and I got up like within like 10 seconds, or like not even, probably within 2 seconds. And one of the teachers saw me, like nobody else saw it happen because I got up so quickly. It was really embarrassing.
Yeah, definitely not that's definitely high on the list of the, you know, embarrassing things. Next is wrestling. I mean, we don't have to say a lot about that. It kind of helps us too, so, you know, the wrestlers won't grope us.
Yeah, wrestling. So, we'll leave that one there.
Pretty self-explanatory, I think. Next ones are about pants. So pull up your pants and I don't know where I'm going with that.
I don't think you got that one right.
I don't know where I was going with that one.
Maybe next week.
Yeah, maybe. Tune in next week where I finish that joke.
Figure out the saying.
Yeah, when your pants split. Like, I don't think this has ever happened to me, but I know quite a few people who, like, split their pants, and it's, like, the worst.
Yeah, and then you have to, like, deal with that for the rest of the day unless you just happen to have a spare pair of pants in the car.
At least you get a breeze.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Ventilation.
Yeah, that's always nice.
Yeah.
Next one is fabric butt crack. So, like, when you're sitting down too long and it, like, you know, creases in, and then you have to stand up and move your like pants around, and it's like
it's really embarrassing.
Like if everyone ever looks at me when I'm like adjusting, they're like, what is he adjusting for?
Yeah, it's weird.
It's either that or something else, which shall not be.
So the next topic's daydreaming.
So next, daydreaming. So like when you fall asleep, honestly anywhere during the day and you fall asleep, and like specifically in class, you know, and you're like thinking of something, or if like you like start falling in your dream and you wake up and you're like spazzing out.
Or if you're like after a test or something and the teacher doesn't care, you like take a little power nap, you have your head down and you feel like you're falling, and you like smack the desk and everybody like the test just stares at you and you're like trying to play it off. Like,
or during meditation.
Oh yeah.
No, that doesn't happen. I think we've only meditated once during the class.
I did once in religion class. It was actually really nice.
I did in psychology.
Psychology last year, and we did in religion.
You're thinking about the brain.
Next,
anyways, answer when you answer questions with confidence and then they end up being wrong. This happens to me like all the time. Like if I like on a roll in class and then like I'll like ask you the question and then like the teacher shuts you down and you're like, I'm an idiot now.
She'd be like, teacher's like, what's x squared plus 2? And then you're just like, some kid from the back yells, it's just like, Spain.
Jack, that was your
cue to do the joke. Oh, Jack.
One time we actually planned to do something and it doesn't work.
So this is why we don't script anything. We try to script something and then it fails. Okay, next embarrassing moment. When you plan a bit on a podcast and the guy who's supposed to respond doesn't respond. So embarrassing.
I feel like half this just be us.
Just being awkward.
Being on here.
Okay.
So
thanks, Jack. Appreciate it.
This is so embarrassing.
Okay.
Okay. Anyone farting, like absolutely anyone. It doesn't even have to be you.
So like, you do it, or anybody. If somebody else does it in class or anywhere else, it's just super awkward because you feel like responsible because you have to play it off. You're like, I want to make sure people know that you didn't do it.
And then you have to become like, you know, a high-paid actor. Like in that minute, you're like, okay, go, and you're like,
have all the facial expression, and then just feel like you're on trial too. Because if you say any wrong answer, it's gonna get like held against you.
I know. Or if you, oh my gosh, this happened to me once. Someone asked if I farted, and I didn't know what they said, so I just laughed.
Oh yeah, that's immediate conviction.
God, oh.
Yeah, good luck with that.
Yeah, that was bad. Forgetting someone's name.
So that happens, especially at the beginning of the school year. Because over
Yes.
the summer, you'll forget people's names, and then you get exposed when you try to do a group project and you're writing everybody's name on it.
Like this one person I know in my government class, I forgot this person's name, and they still hold it to me, which I feel so bad about. It's just like, I forgot. It just sucks, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, sometimes if I forget someone's name and I have time, I'll like look them up on my phone real quick.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
Or you're in a
saved.
The thing is, you're in a Schoology group. For like
Yeah.
all of you just go into members.
Exactly.
And you go in, you're like, oh, it's that person.
Yeah. Mistaking someone for someone else. Yeah, I've had that happen before. Like on vacation, my parents told me to go find my sisters, and I thought I saw my older sister, not my older sister, the older sister, because I'm the oldest. Okay,
Same.
don't challenge me. And yeah, I thought it was her, and I backhanded her across the head to get her
Like that was
attention.
really messed up. Like even if it was your sister, I feel like that would have been the wrong move.
I mean, it wasn't like I smacked her as hard as I could. I mean, it was just like a tap.
it's only like 85% power.
Yeah, only. You made me only use 1% of my power. Yeah, and then the person turns around and is like, "What the heck? Why did you backhand me across the head?" I felt so bad, and I was like, "I'm sorry. I thought you were my sister." And she's like, "You just slap people across. You slap your sister across the head to get her attention." I'm like, "Yeah, I do."
Bro, one time I had to get my younger brother, and I forget where we were, but like a lot of them like look the same, especially if they're at baseball when they all have their like hats on, so you can't see them. And like I like pushed the kid a little bit to get his attention, and then he's like looked really concerned. I'm like, oh no, it's not my younger brother.
And last one is when you call the teacher mom. That's an ultimate rip. Like especially if other people hear it.
Yeah.
Oof. Or you can absolutely be a G and cover it up and be like, "Hey, mother F word."
That one might dig
Cha-cha, real smooth.
Might dig a little bit more of a hole there.
No, I think it'll go a lot better than calling her mom.
Yeah, except if you get written up.
I think both of them are quite written up.
Small price to pay for salvation.
Yeah, so that's all for embarrassing
Moving on
moments.
from that.
Hopefully we don't embarrass ourselves by talking about this anymore. This has been
It's
the
really
most...
a dangerous topic for us.
This is such an...
Just exposing ourselves on how embarrassing we are at making podcasts.
This is gonna be the one of the most listens because it's just gonna be like, look how stupid they are.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're gonna jump right into football. I mean, we're going from embarrassing to football.
There we go.
There we go.
Smooth
Okay,
Josh
recover.
Ferguson.
Okay, so NFL broad, Tyreek Hill, Saquon Barkley are recovering really quickly. They were supposed to take longer, but I guess they went to Wakanda. That's what Saquon Barkley said. They were like, "Wow, how did you recover so fast?" And he's like, "I went to Wakanda," and I'm like, "I'm not allowed there." So yeah, that's pretty cool. I have both of them on my fantasy team, so it's like huge save. I mean, both of them going out was just such a killer. And for fantasy top waiver wires, I'll just name real quick. Everett, LA Rams tight end, did really well last week and the week before, so pick him up. He's on the rise. Minshew has proven himself to be a QB1. Breva or Breda, I forgot if it's a B or D. Had a really big week for San Francisco. San Francisco is developing a really good run game right now. They're still undefeated, so I definitely picked it up while they have a good offense. Will Fuller, the fifth, I think, for Houston Texans wide receiver, is definitely on the rise. He had a huge game with Houston this weekend, so those are to be my high waiver wire picks. So now going over the Jags, Minshew.
Everybody loves him. I mean, Foles was like, he was supposed to be like the big quarterback for our team, then obviously he got injured. But everybody loves Minshew. He's like,
it's gonna be such a difficult decision choosing between Minshew and Foles.
Yeah. Everybody loves him. He's the face of the Jags right now. He has the iconic mustache. Everybody loves it.
Yeah, I debate about it with some people. I'm like, oh, we'll see how it ends up. We'll see. I'm like, this is the problem that, like, as a company, the Jags are a company.
Yeah.
They have to think about it right now.
Foles was a huge investment.
They paid him $88 million.
Yeah, so there's all the money to lose from that. But Minshew's a rookie, and he has a lot more potential. So I don't know what they're going to do with that.
It's a really tricky situation. It's a really good situation to have.
It's a good one for us.
And I'm glad I don't have to choose.
Yeah. So I guess if worst comes to worst, we'd have like a trading like somebody we could trade. If we only decided to keep one.
Oh God, no, you can't trade Minshew as a rookie. Like you can't trade a good rookie. That would be the biggest mistake.
But if he's like our long-term investment, they could potentially trade Foles and get another good player. Even though we traded a bunch of people.
Jags are in a couple tricky situations right now. The defenses fluctuate. I mean, we won against the Broncos, who were defeated. Yeah. Okay, so it wasn't like a huge win. We barely got over them, but it was a great game. They played, the Broncos played really well. Yeah. Our defense played awful. That's probably why the Broncos played well. And we lost to the Panthers, and that was almost entirely there were a couple mistakes on offense, but Jaguars' offense hasn't been our main point ever. Yeah. So, the defense...
Our strategy was like, a few years ago when we were in the playoffs, it was just super strong defense. Yeah. Like, nothing gets by. And we don't need to score that much. Like, if we only score 2 touchdowns, like, kick a field goal, then we'd be fine for the game.
Yeah, exactly. But now we have to score 20 points to even be in the game, and we still lost. Yeah. So, it's like so stupid that, the defense imagine if we had that defense from 2017 and Minshew and this offense.
We scored 28 points, it would be like completely, we'd take over.
Yeah, we would be a championship contender.
Yeah, we were like,
Super Bowl contender.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's just really unfortunate how it's all laid out. But, I hope we get our stuff together. I hope next year that, I think this year we're kind of figure out who we are. Yeah. That's where I think we are. Because last year, we're recovering from last year with so many injuries and so many movements. So, praise to God for the Jags to do good, like always. Hometown, rep the hometown. And, that's all for this week. So thanks for listening, intellectuals. And we'll see you next week.
Wow.